What's going on, people? Blessings, good energy, good energy. Sending good energy out there, good vibes, you know. Mental illness and young rappers. Mental illness is something that people don't like to talk about, but it's real. It's a silent reality. It's what I like to call a silent reality. It's silent, it's real. People think they could just deal with it and ignore it, and it has different ramifications, right? So I'm going to tie it in with this young guy that I was working with. Has a history of going in and out of prison, in and out of prison, in and out of prison. I finally met him and was working with him. And not only was he going in and out of prison, but he was also in and out of the hospitals, you know, state hospitals, right? So in my working with him, you know, I discovered, we had a conversation one day, and he told me that he's he loves to write. He could spit. So when I hear things like that, you gotta, because of the fact that I love the culture, I love hip hop, it's what it, and rapping is what he does, you gotta spit, man. Give me a freestyle. Let me hear something. On the spot. I don't care where I am. I've been outside anywhere, on the block, in a park, behind a wall, Rikers Island, in hospitals, baby showers, whatever party, wherever we at. Let me hear something. So he started flowing, and regardless of whatever he was telling me or sounding, I was encouraging him to keep going, to keep writing, keep pushing, just don't give up. And he sounded nice too. He even influenced me to get in a cipher with him, to go back and forth, and we exchanging bars. But the whole thing about it is, it's about each person lifting one another. That was my goal in my head, was to help, to support, give some type of support. Because you're talking about a person who has nothing, a young person. The man was in his early 20s. I'm not going to say was, like he passed, because, I haven't seen him in years. But at the time, he was about 22 years old. I'm not going to shatter his dreams, because he has nothing else to go to look for. He doesn't have a family nearby. He doesn't have a support system. He's out here. He's out here misguided and lost. So his one way, his one outlet that he has, his one means that he has where he can just escape, if you will. Of course, he was also afflicted with addictions. He's running the streets smoking K2 and doing all this crazy wild stuff, right? So I'm looking for, in working with him, I'm looking for something that he enjoys, that helps him, that helps to feed his soul, okay? And writing was one of it. Rapping was one of it. So, okay, let's work with that. Let's build off of that. Let's feed, let me help him feed that quality. So at least he has something that he can say is his. That, if he continues to practice makes perfect. And whatever endeavor you decide to get into, practice makes perfect. And don't shut down. And, I'm not here to shut him down or to laugh at him. I don't care what skill level he was at. Because for that moment, he felt like he was on stage. It was just me and him. Me and him, right there in the grounds, and you know, it's a place where I'm not gonna say what it was. It was an institution. You know, you talking about deprivation and misery all over. But for that moment, he felt like he was, you know, in heaven because he was able to be him, not to be a number, not to be a diagnosis. He was being who he is as a free spirit, letting it go and just throwing it at me. And I'm taking it. And I'm like, whatever. And I'm not even exchanging bars with him to bring him, to put him down or to make fun of him or to battle him and demean him. No, it's about exchanging. Let's just keep going, keep exercising the mind, the mental state, the mental. Sharpen his sword. That's all I'm trying to do. Sharpen his mind. Give him hope. Give him hope so that he can know that if he's ever feeling anxious, if he's ever feeling overwhelmed, you're talking about someone who they labeled as paranoid schizophrenic. You know? But with the pen, he's nice. With the pen, he paints these pictures that are so elaborate. It's almost like sometimes I feel that some of the, you know, the world is missing out on great talent because some of these people have to deal with life afflictions. They have to deal with social ills. They have to deal with social problems that cripple them and take their abilities away from them so that they are not able to realize their fullest potential. And that's real. And I know these people personally. And I know it's not just limited to the people I know. And I know y'all could feel me when I'm saying. You can understand what I'm talking about. That's why this message I'm saying right now is to advocate for those who are dealing with certain pressures like mental illness or who have nobody, but they have certain talents, because everyone has a strength. Everyone has an ability to do something, whether no matter how, you know, whatever they're facing, whatever deprivation they're facing, whatever destitution that they're facing, they have a strength. And if you find out of something like that, if it's something on a creative level, feed that. If that person likes to paint a picture on a canvas, you feed that. You help them, you know, with that. You help them. It's almost like allowing that plant to grow by providing the water, you know, putting them in an environment that they can flourish, that they can begin to evolve. These terms are real. They can be able to become something greater and possibly help someone else who's worse off than they are. And that's what I try to do. You know, that's what helps me push forward and allows me to know that the work that I'm doing hopefully can have an impact, a great impact on others. Seriously, because when you go visit somebody in a place like that, I'm not even going to talk about behind a wall or the G wall or prison or jail. I'm not good. Let's put that aside because that's a different topic for a different blog. I'm talking about when you go into a institution and you visiting a loved one, or you seeing someone that's living in a room, damn near padded room, maybe a window, and they're seeing the vision of what they could see out the window is almost nothing. No TV, no radio, just whatever belongings they have, rubber slippers, you know, few articles of clothing, and that's what they have to live in 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And you talking about they're, you know, giving them treatment or developing plans so that they can become independent. Meanwhile, they're afflicted or dealing with all kinds of crippling, debilitating mental illnesses, right? And then you find out that they have a gift from their soul. You feed that and nourish that, and you help them. Because guess what? If they would want to trade places with you, they would do it in a minute. Because they're like birds stuck in gilded cages. Birds ready to fly, man. Young too, young. Seriously. You feed that and help push the cause forward. Make a difference. Be about encouraging positive change. That's all I'm saying. Be well.